love traveling, experiencing these different cultures. Why do you think that is? When you were younger, did you travel, and now it's, why do you think you have that appeal of?
It's interesting because it's been a long time since Brett and I have gone back to back, and with Chris coming up after me, and then the people tomorrow, Paolo and all the others, Matteo. Brett talks about a future that we're not sure about. He talked way in the future. We're not talking 10, 20 years. He's talking centuries in some cases of finance. Coming after him and talking about what I'm going to call the pragmatic future, the things you've got to do today to see this future that's out there. At a time when anything's possible. I brought up an example today with a company called Coastal Community Bank out of Everett, Washington, $3 billion organization that has built a metaverse site and has built a banking as a service platform where they have actually partnered with a company called One for their banking services, and the Fintech, One is a Fintech firm that just got bought by Walmart. So this $3 billion, very small organization has the potential to multiply by hundreds or thousands or millions of times their current size because of the banking as a service platform. That opportunity wasn't there a year ago, 2 years ago. Or you look at something as simple as November 30th of last year, when OpenAI introduced ChatGPT. Nothing in our lifetime, even the iPhone, even Tesla's automobile, SpaceX rockets, the earbuds, whatever you want to say, is amazing innovation that touched everybody. I'm not sure anything took root so quickly, positively, negatively, inquisitively, as ChatGPT. It also challenged our thinking in saying, where do we want this to go? There's learning entities that say, we want to disallow using ChatGPT for learning. I'm sorry, I come from a generation where they wanted to disallow calculators while doing tests. We had to use slide rules and hand numbers. That's all we could take to the test. We learned that that could be a good way to learn beyond where we are today, in much the same way that spell check and things that we take for granted. Who would have thought taking a map from point A to point B today, when you have GPS systems that can tell you where not to go and where to go? ChatGPT in building content. I'm sure you've looked at it because we say, are we going to be replaced?
We use it for our SEO already all the time. It's amazing for that.
Well, and it's interesting too, because before I write an article now, I go to ChatGPT, ask it the question I'm trying to answer in my article to make sure I've covered everything. In addition, it may bring up something in my mind that say, well, I got to remember to cover that. It doesn't do my writing for me. It can't do it in my voice yet. But the reality is, I've learned how to ask better questions to get better answers. I believe that people that complain about conversational AI are people that have not asked the right questions, haven't gotten the right answers. Because you realize that this thing can change and evolve. I can ask it to do it in the framework of Snoop Dogg, and it will give it in a poetic way, like Snoop Dogg would. It's fun to play with that, but it lets you know that you have different ways you can communicate. So the industry's changing so fast. It's so exciting. It's so scary. You got to either decide you want to be part of it or you want to shut down. You're obviously a part of it. You could say, oh my God, ChatGPT, this is a time just to sell. No, you double down.
100%. It's, I think Brett said actually in his speech at the beginning of the conference here was, there's going to be two types of people. There's those that embrace and work with AI and are enhanced by AI, and then those that are replaced by it. And I know what side I want to be on between those two ones there, but it's also fascinating looking at, say, version 3 compared to what version 4 has installed.
Which they say is going to be 1,000 times better. But it also makes you aware that if you include too much information from too many sources, AI can go rogue on you. We've seen it in the marketplace so far that AI has gone after people because it had that data to say this is the person I should go after. I don't agree with this. Crazy scary. But in these times, people need inspiration to move forward. It was interesting because Morton Creek, who put on this event, said he liked the best was my ending, where I inspired people to take that next stage. to, as you know the saying, embrace change, take risk, and disrupt yourself. And I think people need that. They need to realize we're not talking life and death here. We're talking banking. We're talking about the ability to make people's lives outside of our own better than they ever would have been possible through an industry they're all part of. But with that same power comes responsibility. That's why I came to Amsterdam. Because unless you get these messages out from independent voices who don't get in a room together and say, what are you going to say, what are you going to say, what are you going to say, but reinforce what we believe is stronger, people will be left with just a little bit more education and not motivation to move forward. I love it!
Like it?
I love it!